Testing, testing. Okay, welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. All right. So, um, I didn't want to keep y'all waiting any longer. What I was doing was I was looking for the video of the therapist that got fired. Um, really, just the one where she was crying about getting fired. I wanted to do that because I wanted to. It's extremely funny, the whole circumstance. So I was on her, what is it, Instagram page, and it didn't show up. So if somebody could get that to me, I would greatly appreciate it. But before that, make sure you get those likes up first. So I'm at her Twitter page right now. Oh, and by the way, my apologies for making this late, for pushing it back. Yeah, I see a lot of people were in the room then. They're probably not here now because YouTube don't push it when you push it back like over and over again. They like, okay, I don't know when this dude is going to go live, so I'm just going to ignore the situation. Nevertheless, I am here, and yeah, so let's get started. Um, Let me share with you what I found. Well, somebody please find me some kind of link to that. Um, Let me share with you what I found in the process. Fair use. All right. So I'm at her page. So apparently she's a single mother. Apparently she lost weight. Unless this is a more recent picture, she was a lot bigger, like a lot. So, or actually, she probably was pregnant here. Who knows? But yeah, because I can't really see her working out or exercising or anything like that. So there is that. But there was a couple of videos in looking for the, oh, I lost my job video. There was a couple of ones that I wanted to share with you because I was like, this chick is truly insane. So fair use. Here we go. Here it is. So this one stood out to me because look at her eyes, like the one in the burgundy ear. Look at her eyes. Look at the look in her face. That is the stare of 1,000 crazies to come. You can look at that and sense that something crazy is about to happen. So let me click it.
You know what? You know what I realize is that a lot of these motherfuckers out here do not see my worth. And for that exact reason, they be treating me like the booty piece of the bread. And I'm not gonna have that shit. I don't walk around with a coochie this fat, pockets this fat, and ass this fat for you to treat me like a bird. So since y'all want to treat me like a bird, I'm gonna fly away. Twinkle, twinkle.
What in the entire F was that? What the F was that? Okay. What does it mean when a woman says her vagina is fat? What does that mean? Is that a good thing? Is that supposed to be a good thing? An overweight vagina is supposed to just entice a person? So I see Friedman's journal, right? I meet him up one day, maybe at a Manosphere meetup, maybe on a passport trip. Be like, hey, I want to hook you up with my homegirl. Do you think the first thing he's going to ask me is, by the way, is her vagina fat? What the hell was that? Well, okay, so confessions, and he said, is it juicy and well, she didn't say tight, did she? And what the hell is like juicy to me means that it produces a lot of moisture when fucking. It lubricates a lot. And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that shit, especially when I'm getting ridden. When I'm getting ridden and it just like creams me, it creams me, I get a little disgusted. Right. I do. I feel like I got slimed like Ghostbusters. I feel like I just got slimed. But anyway, what in the hell? What are you supposed to take from that? I have a vagina this fat. It's fat. Oh, and by the way, she talked about her fat ass. She does not have a fat ass. We talked about that on Bernard's show. She does not have a fat ass at all. She is mistaken. I don't know what a vagina is. Quite frankly, I don't care. That is one I would rather not know. If somebody's describing it as, I'm playing again.
You know what? You know what I realize is that a lot of these motherfuckers out here do not see my worth. And for that exact reason, they be treating me like the booty piece of the bread. And I'm not gonna have that shit. I don't walk around with a coochie this fat, pockets this fat, and ass this fat for you to treat me like a bird. So since y'all want to treat me like a bird, I'm gonna fly away. Twinkle, twinkle.
And there you have it. There you have it. Shout out to the late and great Kevin Samuels. You can't make this shit up. Oh, crap. Okay, Danica Marie, thanks for stopping through. I greatly appreciate you. Danica Marie coming with a fat donation. You know, this chick here got a fat vagina. Like, that's supposed to just like, ooh, I want a fat vagina. You know, but Danica comes with a fat donation. I appreciate you, love. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. By the way, your book is in my personal bookshelf, and that is in my room. And I don't want to leave the office to get it. But it's Submission is Not the Enemy. A Key Factor in a Healthy Relationship is Danica Marie's book. I read it cover to cover. I gave it to a family member who's older and single and regret a lot of the things that she was taught. So hopefully she'll find some value and comfort in that book as well. So thanks a lot, Danica Marie. Greatly appreciate it. Now, back to the fat vagina. For you fellas who have questions, who are talking about passport bros versus game dudes. Game dudes, what they want to do is they want to try to get you to understand her psyche well enough to where you can get in that fat vagina. Meaning that if you are to take their course, you read their books, you watch their videos, you know, on foot messages and stuff like that. If you go through all that and you fly her in and you flute her in and she lands and she doesn't, you know, stiff you, and by stiff you meaning, you know, she don't put out, she get flown in and don't put out. If after all of that, you get a piece of her fat vagina, it would have been worth it to go the whole dating coach route. I guess that's what she's trying to sell you. Now, I don't really know how fat or slim foreign women's vagina is in comparison. I'm gonna tell you something. About GameChanger. As y'all know, as I mentioned before, I rarely, if ever, go down. I've been down before, rarely do it. It's not my thing. And some women actually give an ultimatum. If you don't go down, I won't go down either. I don't care, because really that don't do for me. Women going down on me don't really do the same thing that it does to most men. So I'm willing to take that loss. I don't really do it. So my point is that I don't spend much time with vagina and face to really gauge the fatness of it. I do take a look. I take maybe like a 3 to 5 second examination for herpes. That's it. I give like a 3 to 5 examination, 3 to 5 second examination for herpes, and then I'm at it. I'm not sitting there staring, weighing it, saying, "Oh yes, that's a fat vagina. That is a overweight pussy." I don't do that. It really does nothing for me. Now, if the woman is fat, how do you even see the vagina? Somebody says, "I love a fat." Okay, well, okay. Somebody mentioned it earlier. Those chicks with the really pronounced camel toe. That is not my thing. That is not my thing at all. Just saying. Yeah. All right. So let's continue. It was another one that I've seen in my journey. I think it was this one. Hold on. Nope. Nope, not that one. Was it this one?
I'm gonna just say this. I'm too fine to be played with. Do you hear what the fuck I'm saying?
Okay, right there. I'm too fine to be played with. Now, here's what I have to say about that. It's not really for you to determine that. It's not really for the woman to say that I am too fine to be played with. It is for the potential player to say that. The potential player has the right to say, you know something, that woman is too attractive to be played with. Because, and I see where she's going with this. Because when a woman is of rare beauty, you don't want to risk losing it in foolish, childish games. You don't want to risk losing access to that beauty. You know, you play with something that you really don't care if you win or lose because it's just a game at that point. She's not in a position to determine that. The men determine that. The men determine and say, "Oh, damn, she's so fine. I don't want to risk losing that. I'm not gonna play games." You know, what's that song? I don't want to be a player no more. You know, like, you know, and he said, because I found the one that I want to live my life for. If that's not you, that is up to the man to decide. Just like, shout out to Danica Marie, she's still on screen. Just like Danica Marie, husband decided that I'm not gonna play with this. I am not going to play with all that. He made that decision. That was a wise decision. Like, you know something? I'm not going to play with this. Men see you and they say, you know something? I'm going to play. I'm going to have some fun here.
I don't walk out my house looking like this to be played with.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, she said looking like this. I'm not going to really comment on her looks or give an evaluation of her looks or anything like that. I did that before. I am going to say, what in particular is it about your looks that would presume that you don't get played with? It's weird. And I would say that even if she was an exceptionally beautiful woman, like, really, first of all, if you present yourself as a plaything, then you are going to get played with. And another thing is, it's pretty much unavoidable. And this is unfortunate, especially to pick-me's and stuff. It's pretty much unavoidable. Players exist. They're going to play with you. Looks aside, it really doesn't matter. So she's trying to access a certain type of, no, I'm not 55, nor was I born in 55. She's trying to access a certain type of privilege that she believes exists for more attractive women by presenting herself as a more attractive woman. Hit the like button. Hit that like button, please. See, she's under the impression that attractive women don't get played. Now, there are certain privileges of being an attractive woman. However, that is not one of them. Unfortunate, but true. And quite frankly, well, I'm going to get out of there.
Motherfuckers. In fact, I'm gonna give you a list of things that you should not play with. 1, my motherfucking paycheck. 2, my motherfucking patience. And 3, this fat ass. Any questions?
Why is this chick under the impression, and I said this on Bernard's a little bit ago, that she has this like juicy booty? Why is she under that impression? Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. It's because she overestimates a lot of things. Shout out to Rashida Strober. Rashida Strober was in the chat room a few shows ago, and when we was talking about older women, and I'm gonna get into that more so. And she was like, "Listen, it don't affect me." And I gave my evaluation of her. She's slim, and not just slim, she's toned as well. Rashida Strober is. As well as flawless skin and big ass titties, is what I was saying about a Rashida Strober. And she said, yeah, but I don't have no ass. And I was like, I don't know. I only seen you on YouTube. I never examined your ass, but I will say that it's good that you are self-aware, that you are aware of your asslessness. This chick is completely oblivious to her asslessness. Now, I'm going to give my theory as to why she's so oblivious to her asslessness. So let me scroll down. Oh, actually, you could kind of see here is no ass while she holds up the, Okay. So the further downer you go, the fatter she gets. Like right here. Like right here. In the NASA here. So what I'm assuming is that she was a woman that looked like this, and lost some weight in her life. And with the weight, she lost the ass too. But she is, wait, is that a degree? Is that a degree? Because did she go to an online university or something? Like, what the hell is that? And the reason, and this isn't to crap on anybody that went to an online university, but I have a degree as well. But mine's is like more pronounced. And this isn't bragging or anything. It's just that I was because it looked like she printed it herself, and that's why I said online. Like after the 4 years or the 6 years or whatever online, she printed a degree, and she's holding up the piece of paper that she printed. That's what it looks like. Because mine. Well, then again, the internet. I graduated a long time ago, but mine is like a lot more stuff. Like you see where that seal is. It's like it's an actual. It's not a sticker. It's an actual seal. Actually, I haven't looked at it in a while, but it's like a lot of wax and all kind of stuff going on. That looks like, and like parts of it is in different colors and stuff. I've never seen one like that. That's kind of lame. I'll be honest, that's kind of lame. But for all I know, all universities is doing that. It's just like they send you a DocuSign link and then you print out your own degree. But anyway, my point is that she weighed a lot more in the past. And maybe in the past she had an ass too. And through whatever process that she lost weight, she lost the ass. And that is why, yeah, in a Boston seal. Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I do remember, and it didn't look like that. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So she probably had ass in this stage in her life, is what I'm getting at. And somewhere along the line, it went away, but she is under the impression that it is still there. She's under the impression that the booty is still there. And once again, it's not. Maybe we could see it in this one, or see the absence of it in this one. Oh, see, look at this. So you could tell that, like, the further downer you go, the more she weigh.
Black woman. Hold on.
Okay, that's music. But anyway, let me see if I could show y'all like a, well, let me look for, here we go. Here we go. Ah, crap. Can't see it. Can't see it.
Yeah. The remote.
Okay, so I appreciate you, Dwayne Rhodes. Appreciate you a lot for being a new channel member. All right. But anyway, in the one that I seen with Bernard, there was no booty there. In fact, and you know something? She's lying. She knows she don't have booty. You want to know why? Because when women, black women, particularly ones of this particular personality set, when they have booties, they show it off. They show it off. They show off their booty all the time. If you will not go, when a black woman has a booty, you will not be able to scroll down this far and not see her booty. So not only does she not have one, she knows that it doesn't exist. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, like she had it and lost it and didn't know it was gone, you know. I was going to give her that particular benefit of the doubt, but now she knows that she don't have one and she's lying about its existence. She is lying about the existence of it ever being there. This is a booty liar. This is the equivalent to a Photoshop facer, except, you know, it's booty. She's creating rumors and innuendos and speculations about a ghost booty that doesn't exist. You see this? Even this. She's showing off her tattoo. She's making it a point to hide the absence of booty. She knows she ain't got no booty. She knows that it doesn't exist. See, and this isn't me trying to like harp on her looks or anything. This is me just explaining that that she don't have a booty. So stop trying to sell your booty and your fat vagina. Your vagina is probably not even fat, and that's not even a good thing. All right, where was I?
Okay, since some of y'all need the confirmation from mental health professionals, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe.
Oh, yeah, this one.
If you want to be a slut, be a slut. If you want to go thought it out in the streets, bye, bitch. Be in the fucking streets. But definitely be safe about it and try to find people that are reasonably sane. But other.
Oh, my God. She basically did what that other social worker did, you know, when she told that 14-year-old to be a hoe. She basically said, you know something? If you're going to be a hoe, be a hoe. So when you tell these young ladies, you know something? I see that you want to be a prostitute. I don't know why, but you do. You definitely need therapy. You send her to therapy and you're assuming that, you know something? This is a black girl. This is a black woman. She should be able to relate and help her not become a hoe. You send your daughter to a woman like this thinking that that is what she's going to say. But nope, this is what she said.
And that yellow, shake that shit open. Cause you know why? Cause you know why?
She just said, shake that shit open. How used is your vagina to where it shakes open? How used is it? How untight is it to where it shakes open? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It shakes open, really? Nothing should shake open. The only thing that shakes open is something that's old and broken. You have to be, listen. If your refrigerator shakes open, it is time for a new refrigerator. If you shake your refrigerator and it opens, it is time for a new refrigerator. If you shake your car and the door opens or the trunk opens, it is time for a new car. Or if you don't have the funds for a new car, then you fix whatever is making your car shake and wake. Your car is shake open? What in the hell? It is not secure. It is not tight. Okay, so when you have like Ziploc, it is locked tight. It is airtight. It is Ziploc. It's zip-locked. It's zipped. It's zipped. It's airtight. And then when you open it, it makes a sound. That is the sound of freshness. You don't shake it open. What in the heck? She shakes her vagina open. I done heard it all right now. You shake it open? Your vagina is basically one shake away from being from being open. How gaped is your shit? How gaped is your vagina to where it shakes open? So there's this porn chick that I watch, right? Or I used to watch her. I think that she's probably dead from disease right now. I forget her name. I do. If I go to Pornhub and look at like my favorites, she'll be there. But I forget her name. And she was with this dude because it was like a couples thing, and it was supposed to be like a what do you call it? Not low budget, but amateur. It's supposed to be an amateur one. And when she's not doing the couples one, she's doing all kind of crazy stuff with it. Like she be putting her whole fist in there and jamming it. She be like baseball batting it and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. Like she be putting all kinds of ridiculously huge things in there, and that's the show. And I don't really like stuff like that, but I was watching it just like in shock, like, what the hell? What the hell am I watching? She is really doing this. Like, she is really doing this. Like, elbow deep in it. And I was like, dang. And I was thinking, like, this dude is actually hitting that. He's hitting that as if there is a it to hit at that point. She putting her whole forearm and stuff. And then she put your forearm in it. No, it's not belladonna. Then she put your forearm in it too. And she got like two arms. She got two forearms in that. And then you just go in after that. I was like, wow. And that is, I bet you she shakes it open too. This chick just says, shake it open.
You're gonna die. And you want to be in your death, baby? Like, damn, I should have slobbed on this dog.
That is a regret in her brain, in her licensed brain. She said she believes that women die wishing that they had a hold, wishing that they had a shake open vagina. In her mind, she feels that women die wishing they had a suck more dick for money. This is insane. This is what she's putting out there. This is what she puts out there, hoping that people listen. You are out your mind. She is taking already damaged people and doing this to them. This is your therapist.
You want to be there? No. No. You want to tell your grandkids, yes, I was starting.
You want to tell your grandkids. You want to tell your grandkids. Yeah, I was thoughtin'. Brothers, this is the standing culture. She is out influencing others. And if she had a daughter, she would be influencing her too. This would be the advice that she would give her daughter. I think that was a little boy. I think she had a son. Maybe she has a daughter too. Who knows? But, you know, she has a shake open vagina. So apparently, you know, labor must be easy. Labor must be easy when you have a shake open vagina. Isn't it? It seems like, you know, labor for women with shake open vaginas, they just jump 3 times and the baby falls out. Like, what the hell? Anyway, this is what is out there, fellas. This is what's out there if you stay in the States. Either her or women who are at least 2 degrees of separation from her. Shake the baby off. Yeah, she just jumps 3 times, the baby come out in the umbilical cord there, along with a bunch of other dudes' semen. Like, she just walks around shaking. You know what that means? Y'all know what that means? That means that she drips after sex. That means that after sex, if it's raw and unprotected, it drips out. She has like, you know, baby juice dripping out of her randomly. Because it doesn't seal afterwards to hold. Oh my God. Oh my God. And they want you to stay for this. Not only do they want you to stay for it, they want you to wait for it. They want you to wait until she's about 10 years older than however old she is now, and then wife it. And we're going to get into the older chicks who are trying to get you to stay.
I was popping. I was living my life. Because you know why, bitch? You're going to die. So if you're thinking, should I sit on this shit? Sit on it.
Here we go.
Sit on
Here we go.
it.
There is no ass there. There is no ass there. She's like, oh, I got this fat ass. You have no ass. You have none. You have none. There is nothing there. There is nothing there. That is why you don't listen. Those clothes, that is not baggy on Sweet Melody Speaks. Those things is not baggy on every woman. It's not meant to be baggy on women. That's tight on regular women. That what she's doing, and y'all say she's dressing baggy to hide her figure. No. That's not what she's doing. These are her old clothes. These clothes used to fit her snug. Because remember, if you go back further, she was a fatter woman.
Sit on it. I'm a strong advocate for being a slut. Make sure you get that clean bill of health and use that protection, because we ain't trying to get trapped out here. We ain't trying to get. But yeah,
how is that trapped? I'm gonna play it again without the commentary. But how is that trapped? So, if a prostitute gets pregnant by a John, a trick, whatever you want to call him, she's trapped? Is that how the pregnancy trap works? Somebody said career day. Like, yeah, He said, what if she becomes our step grandmama and she comes to school on career day? Like, we'll have an aunt and uncle that's half hoe. Dang, I missed the Boondocks. That was my show. That and the Chappelle show. Mr. Shane Vicious, thanks a lot, fam. He says, her state needs to revoke her psychologist license. Yes, they do. I mean, but if her state is Mississippi, then no, I'm joking. I just be joking with the Mississippi people, but yeah, I'm just joking. Ever since somebody told me that y'all be eating dirt, that is just too comic gold. Y'all know I don't pass up funny stuff. It's too comic gold to know that there's a place in the world where dirt is edible and people eat it. I would not be a funny man if I did not make fun of that. So, no shade, but all the shade, nigga, y'all eat dirt. So, like, that's what it is. All right.
Oh, your therapist co-signer. Be a
And she wonders why she got fired. Your therapist co-signed it. Be a hoe. All right, let's watch the whole thing.
Okay, since some of y'all need the confirmation from mental health professionals, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. If you want to be a slut, be a slut. If you want to go thought it out in the streets, bye, bitch. Be in the fucking streets. But definitely be safe about it and try to find people that are reasonably sane. But other than that, YOLO, shake that shit open.
Hold on. I know I said I was... Actually, I'm just play it all the way through. Then respond.
Because you know why? Because you know why? You're going to die. And you want to be in your death, baby, like, damn, I should have slobbed on this nut. Like, come on, you want to be there? No. You want to tell your grandkids, yes, I was starting. I was popping. I was living my life. Because you know why, bitch, you're going to die. So if you're thinking, should I sit on this shit? Sit on it. Sit on it. Sit on it. I'm a strong advocate for being a slut. Make sure you get that clean bill of health and use that protection, because we ain't trying to get trapped out here. We ain't trying to get... But yeah, be a hoe. Your therapist co-signer. Be a hoe. Okay, since some of y'all...
And she wonders why she was fired. But apparently she blames black men for that too. Okay. Somebody from California said red clay. Nigga, it's dirt. It's dirt. If somebody picks it up off the ground, if it comes from the earth, it is dirt. It's red clay. Does that make it delicious or something like that? Does that make it delicious? Do you go to the restaurant? You in Southern California. What would you do if they ever served you dirt and then they said it was red clay? Fuck out of here. It is dirt and y'all eat it. Y'all eat it in Mississippi. It's dirt. I don't care what y'all try to call it. Y'all could give it a French name, and no matter what, is Jean du Dirte. Y'all could call it anything you want. This is direte. No matter what you call it, nigga, you're eating dirt. All right? I'm always going to make fun of Mississippi because you eat dirt. I'm going to make fun of Florida because it's Florida. I'm going to make fun of Mississippi because y'all eating dirt. Like, what the hell? Like, stop trying to call it something else. They can call it whatever they want to. It's dirt. I'm going to make fun of it. No matter, listen, I've eaten stuff in the wild. And Complex knows there's certain plants and berries that you can eat, especially when you're a kid, that is edible and it's actually good. I don't know if it's Southern California, but we have what grows out here is called honeysuckles, and its name is right. It's a little flower. You pick it, you pull the string, and you can suck on it, and it tastes like honey because it is honey. We have those. We have blackberries. We have red berries. We have strawberries that grow in the neighborhood. In Oakland, you can get like blackberries and stuff like that just growing like, on the side of somebody's house. There is stuff that you can eat in the wild, but dirt ain't dirt ain't. While I was eating blackberries, y'all was eating dirt. All right, to each his own. I'm gonna let up on the Mississippi folks, because I know y'all loyal to the soil. So I'll just let the shit ride. I'll let the shit ride. All right, I'm gonna do a couple of more with her, and then that's it. What else crazy did she say? Not that one. Was it this one?
Stop playing.
Nah, not that one. That one's music. Hold on. Was it this one? Why did she do that? What is people thumb up in that? I don't get it. So that's how slim the pickings are if you got to thumb up that crap. All right, let me see.
I want to love.
Was this it? No, it wasn't this, but this sounds like something crazy.
Everything I have.
Alexa, volume to 2. One of these days, I'm going to get tired
What is this?
of saying same to Bree, but that's not today. I literally just got done telling a friend that I'm tired. I don't have any more of this. And it wasn't even Bree. It was somebody else. It was a man. And he had no words for me because he realized that the dating pool that we have is a cesspool and there's more than likely a dead body in it. And I'm over it. What's the point of going ahead and giving everything that you have? Stop and think about it. Everything that you have, free samples to somebody who...
Oh my God. I don't know if this is a different chick or if this is just her looking different. Because that's what they do. They keep changing their look, hoping to one day be attractive or be hotter. But no matter what's going on, she's complaining about the pool of men. Oh my God.
Keeps going to the sample table with no intention of buying the actual product.
Because you're the product. Because you are the product. Why do you think that we keep sampling it and never buy it? For one, we sampled it. If somebody samples your goods and they don't buy it, it's because it's not good. If somebody or the price is set to the price exceeds the value. Like if somebody test drives a car and then they take it back with a no thank you note, it is because they don't want the car. The cost of the car exceeds the value. Why do they keep sampling in it? Because they sample it. That's how they determined that it's not your friend or whomever that is has a shake and open vagina. She has a shake and wake vagina. She shakes her vagina open. Anybody who samples that is going to be like, what the fuck? Did this chick just shake and her vagina popped open and just said, she just shake 3 times in the vagina and said, what the hell? Oh, after sampling that, it's of course you're not going to want it. But hold on.
It's absolutely dumb. So instead, go ahead and leave a sample of products, a designated amount, and don't go over that limit. Start being greedy.
What the hell? This is what you're dealing with in the States. So now she's going to reduce the free samples, but she's still going to give. So basically, I'm just going to go around and I'm going to try to minimize my thoughting because it's not getting me what I want.
Greedy with you. Start being greedy with your time. Stop giving these people things that they don't deserve. Because ungrateful doesn't cover it anymore. These people are straight diabolical. They're evil. And if they want to play the toxic game, then you might as well be better at it.
I want
What the hell was that? This is the craziness that y'all have to deal with here in the States. Now, let's just say that these women were dime pieces, right? Let's just say that they were drop dead gorgeous. They were gorgeous. Let's just say they were gorgeous. Even if they were gorgeous, this is all kinds of crazy. This is still, why in the hell is she wearing such baggy shit?
to love so much. I want to give somebody's son everything I have.
Alexa, volume to 2. One of these days, I'm going to get tired of saying same to Bree, but that's not today. I literally just got done telling a friend that I'm tired. I don't have any more of this. And it wasn't even Bree. It was somebody else. It was a man. And he had no words for me because he realized that the dating pool that we have is a cesspool and there's more than likely a dead body in it. And I'm over it.
Okay. Ah, crap. I'm just playing through.
What's the point of going ahead and giving everything that you have? Stop and think about it. Everything that you have, free samples to somebody who just keeps going to the sample table with no intention of buying the actual product. It's absolutely dumb. So instead, go ahead and leave a sample of products, a designated amount, and don't go over that limit. Start being greedy with you. Start being greedy with your time. Stop giving these people things that they don't deserve. Because ungrateful doesn't cover it anymore. These people are straight diabolical.
Hit the like button.
They're evil. And if they want to play the toxic game, then you might as well be better at it.
Okay. So she said, give everything you have. Basically, she's referring to her vagina as everything she has. Because that's all she's given. That's it. That is all you have. And you wonder why it's not enough. You know that there are greater values to women than their sexual function, right? But you don't know that because modern woman, modern Western woman. All right.
I want to love so much.
Hold on. It was something else that I wanted to cover, but I didn't want to. Hold on.
Alexa, volume to 2. One of these days, I'm gonna get tired.
Oh, that's what it was. Never mind. I don't have to play it again. She was talking about her how she said she had a dude in her life. She said she didn't tell Bree. She told some dude, and he agrees that the pool is bad. How much y'all want to bet that this is a nigga that's waiting to fuck? This is a dude that is waiting to fuck. Hit the like button. He has been waiting for quite some time. It is dudes out there that is just waiting and 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 waiting to fuck. There are those dudes out there, right? And they keep these dudes on wait. And you want to know when they finally cash in these dudes, that dude that's waiting, that's that's sitting down, like in a rocking hug with her, where he's hugging her from the side and he's just rocking back and forth like, yeah, there aren't enough good men out there. Yeah, you got a horrible mating pool. Yeah, come on, let's bond together, No, what he should be saying to himself and to her is, why aren't you sucking my dick? Why aren't you sucking my dick? Suck it! That is what he needs to be saying. He needs to be saying, you need to suck my dick. If you have a problem with the modern dating pool, then suck my dick. Suck it! That is the solution to all that ails you. Suck my dick. But nope, this dude is in the friend zone. He is in the friend zone because he don't have the wherewithal to say, either suck my dick or I'll go to a place where somebody will. But he is waiting on this mediocre bitch. That is what's going on. And that is why they want to keep dudes like that here. They want to keep dudes like that here because if all else fails, break glass. All else fails, give ass to this dude. Man, these water circling dudes make me... this is what he's waiting for. He's waiting for her. He's hoping that one day, if he be that man with sensitivity, a man like me. He is hoping. He is waiting around. He hopes that one day she'll bust it open for it. And you know what? She will. She will when everybody else is done with it. He will when everybody else is done with it. And she just admitted that she's being ran through. That dudes is taking the free samples. Dudes is just free sampling it. That's like a car that gets test driven 100,000 miles and then they sell it to your ass. Car never had an owner, just a bunch of test drivers, and then they sell it to your ass after it's just used up. That's what they do. And you that dude, wait, listen how she describes it. Listen.
Alexa, volume to 2. One of these days, I'm going to get tired of saying same to Bree, but that's not today. I literally just got done telling a friend that I'm tired. I don't have any more of this. And it wasn't even Bree. It was somebody else. It was a man. And he had...
See? It was a man. I was telling this to a man.
No words for me because he realized that the dating pool that we have is a cesspool and there's more.
He is a man and he realizes, he understands my dating pool is a cesspool. If he was a man, he'd tell you to suck his dick. Or find somebody else to suck it. Dealing with no crap like this. These dudes be circling bitches like this for decades. They know that they got you in the back pocket. And that's why they are afraid. That is why, because see, here's the thing. It's tapping into the reserves. It's tapping into their reserves. Passport Bros is tapping into their penis reserves. And that's what they don't like. That's what they can't stand. Once dudes find out that it is better to actually go abroad, live abroad, or get abroad than to deal with this broad, once they start realizing that, oh, it is over. That is her reserves. And reserves is all she has. She's out giving free samples to better men. She's giving free samples to better men, hoping that somebody bites it. But if not, she got this dude in reserve. And that's what they don't want, fellas. They don't want to lose their reserves. Hit the like button. Simp 401k depletion. Exactly. And almost all of them do it. Some chicks yesterday or the day before was talking crap about me because they had to tap into their reserves. These 40 plus single mothers, they be tapping into their motherfucking reserves. They be tapping into their reserves like a motherfucker. I'm going to get into that though. But yeah, that is why these chicks get threatened by the passport. And we're going to talk more about bras getting threatened by the passport bros. But I just did this on a fluke. Let's see what she's saying here. Because I was looking for the video where she was talking about getting fired.
Being a black woman. Hold on.
All right. My bad. I clicked that one before.
Happy Pride Month, guys. You want to know what I've learned about myself as a pansexual woman?
What the fuck is that? What in the fuck is that? So, true story. Thanks a lot, Vulcans. I heard that before, but I don't remember what her definition of it was. So, I was, this was over 10 years ago. This is well over 10 years ago. I heard that term. I was getting at this light-skinned chick. And she was young too. But then again, back then, so was I. And she had a boyfriend that was there. And it was 3 chicks. Most of them were reasonably attractive. Now, the least attractive one said she has a boyfriend, talking about the one who I was getting at. And then the other chick, she said that the other chick had a boyfriend too. Now, the least attractive one was still attractive, and she made it appear as if she was trying to, get at your boy, right? Oh no, she said the other chick isn't into men. And she said, me, I'm pansexual. And I said, what does that mean? And she explained it. And whatever it was, I knew it was something that I could be cool with, that she is a woman that sleeps with men. So she said that just to try to convince me to holler at her. And I did. And I fell for the bait, fellas. I fell for the bait. So she just wanted me to holler at her so she can shoot me down on some stupid crap. You know what she actually said? She said, I live with my grandma and she don't let me date black guys. And I was like, well, you do realize that after I shot at your friend, I was just going to leave. Anyway, bitches be doing weird shit. They get like a strange thrill out of saying weird shit like that. Speaking of weird stuff, let's see what pansexual. So did somebody define that? Let me see. Hold on. No, it don't mean she like children. I wouldn't mess with somebody like that. Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what she told me. That's right. That's right, J-Lock. She told me that it meant that she had sex with. I'm like, well, if that's the case, then so that was her just throwing it out, like, hey, I have sex with everything. Like, oh, well, bet. I mean, why would you say that anyway? She was just on some bull. There's only 2 things. Isn't that what bisexual is? What the? Because I don't think they mean bestiality. So, y'all stupid. Millennials, y'all stupid. To make up words like that. And she's stupid for repeating it. This chick. What is actually, never mind. I was actually with a chick who was that, and she told me a nasty ass story. And there are things that are out there that's not just man and woman. So, and anyway, it was nasty. I think I told the story to some people in the back chat. So y'all know what I'm talking about. When I was like, that shit's nasty. But now I know. But let me play the video before I go down a weird ass rabbit hole and get kicked off.
And is that women still don't talk to me and men just want to use me. I'm so fucking lonely, man.
Holy crap. This is a therapist? This is a therapist?
But happy Pride Month and shit, y'all. Happy Pride.
Wow. She is really bad at fake crying. Remember when she was crying because she cared about the plight of black men and woo-hoo-hoo-hoo? This chick was laugh crying. Oh my God, this chick is nuts. And shame on whomever hired her. If you actually put her in an interview, and yes, don't even go to the place that hired her in the first place, because y'all weren't able to psychoanalyze her in an interview. Y'all were not able to psychoanalyze her in an interview. Y'all did not see anything like this is coming. She is definitely, I'm not a professional, she is definitely some type of strange. Now, I'm not talking about because of the pan stuff. I'm talking about she is just some kind. She's all kind of strange. And what the hell is this? These are the same braids. Fellas, listen to me and listen to me good. Because before, when we covered it on Bernard's, people was like, those braids, hit the like button. People was like, those braids must stink. Those braids must stink. They were on to something. Look at this. Look at this. This is 63 weeks ago. This is 63 weeks ago. And she has the exact same hairdo. I'm not saying that those are the exact same braids, but she has the exact same hairdo. When she rocks with something, she rocks with it indefinitely into perpetuity. This is 63 weeks ago where she got the first like.
Month, guys. You want to know what I've learned?
By the way, 63 weeks is 5 years. 5 years. So 5 years and 3 weeks, she was crazy as hell then. And it's just gotten worser and worser and worser.
About myself as a pansexual woman is that women still don't talk to me and men just want to use me. I'm so fucking lonely, man. But have you...
Why did she do that with the glasses? This is insane. All right. Yeah, always with the braids. It's like a cartoon character of sorts. All right, one more and then I'm gonna go to the next one. I did not mean to spend this much time on her.
What is up, you guys? I'm back.
All right, that's music. All right. One more. Oh crap. Let's see this one. She's dressing African. Oh, that's just a picture. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let's see this one. Oh, that's just a picture too. Why do I keep falling for that? Okay, so when it has the thing right there, it's just a picture. Did I do this one?
What is up, you guys? I am back. Just wanted to say to all my melanated folks, all my kings and queens, happy Black History Month.
Okay, yeah. All right, so that's that. Now, we're going to move to the next one. Shout out to Dee Dee for doing this one. Oh, and notice, and this isn't to directly compliment Dee Dee, however, she could be included in that. Notice how the women who are understanding of why men leave the country, like Danica Marie, like Chantel, like her, like Sweet Melody Speaks. Ever notice that they just so happen to be hotter, younger, sexier, and for the most part childless? I think Dee Dee here has a child, but she's married. Ever notice that? Ever notice how it's always the older, less hot, less sexy, and child ed woman that complains? Even the ones who pretend to be pick-me's in the space, they're the ones who complain about men going, and they try to shame you, or they try to use reverse psychology, but we'll get into that. So this is Dee Dee, right? And she's covering this chick here. I'm not going to play the commentary. I'm going to just play her. If you want, then you just go to Dee Dee's channel and take it from there. So.
You know what? I'm getting so sick and tired of broke men. I'm getting sick and tired of broke black men thinking they can get with good-looking women for free. They think that they can just do the bare minimum. They don't have to put in any type of work in order to get what they want. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. Okay. So somebody says, shout out to Angela. All right, listen, that is not Aunt Jemima. Mammy and Aunt Jemima are two different people, even though the old Aunt Jemima, because they changed the company to Pearl Miller now, but the old Aunt Jemima did kind of look like Mammy. She did. And then they put a slimmer one, and then they just got rid of it altogether. But no, this is definitely more of the Esther Rose variety. So basically, years ago, white people decided to make a trope of the overweight black help. She's overweight, she's unattractive, she's not really sexual. And the reason for that was simple. They wanted to create a justification for a lifestyle. And that is a lifestyle of the, white man and white woman and black maid. And the only way you can really sell this to white women, you could sell this notion of another woman in your house, is if you made her look like the woman that you see here. That is the only way a white woman will feel comfortable with another woman in the house. So they created that trope, and then you see it throughout history. You see it in Hattie McDaniel's character. You see it in Nell Carter on Give Me a Break. You've seen it in Esther Rose and Louise Jefferson. So that is something that we never really moved away from. We never moved away from that stereotype. And women like this just choose to perpetuate it. But, a lot of her looks she can't help. She can't help the weight thing. She can even grow hair, I'm certain, or she can very likely grow hair as well. I'm not even really going to get into that. I want to talk about what she said. She said, "Why do broke men go after beautiful women, assuming that beautiful women should give it up for free?" So basically, she's saying that beautiful women should charge. I repeat, beautiful women should charge for access to their vaginas. I have to give it to her for understanding that she is not a beautiful woman. And I'm only saying that because it's relevant. She is not a beautiful woman. And therefore, she understands that her realm is broke men. This is a woman that is upset that broke men, instead of for taking their rightful place, which she feels that she is a broke man's rightful place. She understands that her vagina is a broke man's rightful place. She understands that. She's upset that they are still shooting their shot at beautiful women. She wants the broke man to give up and surrender. Get them out. If you haven't already, get them out. And surrender to despair. And what is despair? Despair is her vagina. If you are placing your penis in this, then you are putting your penis in despair. She's despair tires. This is despair. She's hoping that you just give up. She's just hoping that you just give up. Like, this is my penis. This is where it lands. That is what they do. They wait for the pretty women to beat the life out of you. And then once the life is beaten out of you, there she is. Here, she's your queen to be. There she is. She's trying to convince you that you're not good enough, that you do not deserve the sweet, sweet nectar of a beautiful woman. She understands that. She's just waiting for guys to be beaten by life. So many of these chicks are. So many of these overweight, unherited, unfeminine, older, childed women are waiting for men to they're waiting for, not only are they waiting for men, they're waiting for high value men to just throw their penis out there in despair. And they are out there doing it. Right now, it is a man. It is a man who is in this space bragging about the leftover. He is eating leftovers. He was waiting for years to get a piece of something that probably is as homely as the homely sisters that he could have got in high school. He waited decades to finally get that. And now that he's got it, my whole life has changed. It is ridiculous. Dude, you are a fucking leftover. They just waited you out. They just waited you out. That is what she's doing. She is waiting you out. She's listen, fellas. And this is to all the broke homies out there. This is to all my broke brothers out there. Listen. And listen me good. Unless you plan to remain perpetually broke your whole damn life, you do not need to be with a chick like this. Because it's one thing to be broke. Yeah, I was homeless. I was homeless. People who rock with me, who rock with my channel for a long time, they know I was homeless. And okay, so a little bit on how I became homeless. So the tech society that we live in now is the second online society. We had a first, and that's when you had things like American Online and Axe Jeeves and Yahoo was coming out and stuff like that. So that was the first tech bubble, and it failed. It failed. But what happened was I found myself homeless because the rent went up extraordinarily, plus family issues and stuff like that. So yeah, late 90s, early 2000s, found myself in that situation. And during that, so I was actually, the point was I was actually working. I was a working student and still didn't have enough for rent. And I was looking for a place, but it was just too high. So so I actually moved and I went to a different university. That's how I solved that problem. But in the meantime, I was homeless. And yes, I wasn't homosexual, but I did look forward, because I was single, of course. I did look forward to sexual opportunities because it gave me no, this was in the Bay Area. It gave me an excuse. It gave me an excuse to either rent a hotel, because a hotel set you back, but if you get an ass and a place to stay, then it's cool. And also, if I got to go to her place, I had a place for it, at least that night. So even then, I did not and would not fuck this chick, because I knew that this is a temporary situation. Do not make permanent decisions. I'm not saying, to the fellas who, hey, do what you got to do, but do not make permanent decisions based on temporary situations. If broke dudes need to get with chicks like this, then by all means, do what you feel you have to do. However, do not, unless you plan to be broke forever and ever and ever, unless you plan to be broke forever, then you do not need to be doing something like this. And see, broke dudes is her domain. Not only is broke dudes her domain, the dudes who are perpetually are going to be broke forever. And really, even some people make it into later in life and they don't make much money, just due to an unfortunate series of events. That's perfectly fine. But if you are a young dude and you're broke and you and you get with this and you lock it down, you know what you're saying to yourself? Listen to me and listen to me good, fellas. You know what you're saying to yourself? You are saying that I plan to be broke forever. That's what you're saying. You're saying that I plan to be broke forever because she's not going to get hotter. You don't plan to win the lottery or shit. You don't plan to get promoted to district manager or nothing. You do not. You plan to be broke forever. Faux life because you married her. Faux life. That's something you do when you say, you know something. Once I get that, big money check, I am out. Once I get that promotion, I am out. Once they promote me to assistant manager, I am out. But she's getting worried. She is getting worried. And it's a good thing that she's getting worried. It's a good thing that she is shaking in her parachute. Or whatever the fuck they wear for underwear, because I know that they don't make like regular draws her size. And if they do, they're not called panties at that point. People like that, people like her don't wear panties. They're not panties. Panties is something that Brenda wears. It's something that's small and cute and shit. It's something that there's just like a single digit size and you want to bite it off of them and shit like that. It's not panties when they're big. It's something else. It's bloomers. That's what it is. It's bloomers. Yeah. Thank you. Black Sigma. It's bloomers. She's wearing bloomers. So she's shaking in her bloomers. Why? Because broke men are now getting confidence. Broke men are now saying that just because I am broke, that doesn't mean I am going to be it forever. I am going to approach with the confidence of knowing that I have potential. I am going to go to a woman with the opportunity of a future that I am working towards. I am not selling her on my present. I am selling her on my future. Broke men are starting to say that. Why? Because they're going through a process of smartening, and she can't take it. She can't take the process of smartening that men goes through. Why? Because once you go through smartening, you know not to do dumb shit like this. You want to know why you don't see Asian men with chicks that look like this? Because they went through a process of smartening. They went through a process of smartening. That's why they do all the doctor and math and stuff like that, because of the process of smartening. And they're good at math. So once they realize at early thing, like the integral of the square root of 2 is don't fuck a fat bitch. That is what they realized a long time ago, back in the Whitney Houston days. I decided long ago never to step in fat ass holes. That is what they realized a long time ago. That's smartening. See, they don't want us to go through smartening, so they promote the dumbness in black men. And that's why chicks that look like this are against passport bros. Now I got 2 more instances to bring up. Hit the like button. All right. And this one. Shout out to Chantel Simone. All right. I'll just keep the commentary out of it. Look at this chick. Look at this chick. And she's old. And she's old. See, this is what happens when even the reserves fail. Because every now and again, all these chicks that we talk about, all these like chicks who are younger, in their 30s and stuff, just thoughting it up and saying all kind of ignorant crap. All those chicks have a penis in reserve. Now, every now and again, their reserve penis failed. Either he finds a decent woman within his own race, another race, or for whatever reason, he just it just fails. Maybe it's because of past perp roles. And then that is when they hit spinsterhood. And that is, I can tell by everything. I can tell by her. Oh, and by the way, anybody who watches me when I'm on Chantel Simone's or something like that, or just talking about her and referencing her, know that I like dark rimmed glasses on women. But this is fucked up. This is some. I hate it when don't do attractive women stuff. If you look like this, then you need to have perfect vision. You need to laser yourself. You need to wear contacts, or you need to have regular type rim glasses. Dark rim glasses is for hot women. It's for women who are hotter than you. It is not for you. They need to be people that police stuff like this. I'm serious. This is ridiculous. She's not supposed to be wearing dark rim glasses. That's a violation. That insults the more attractive women who wear dark rim glasses. This is some bullshit. Let me show you what I mean. Actually, Chantel, I was gonna look it up, but actually she's probably got it in this video. Oh no, she didn't. Okay. Let me show you what I mean. Here we go. So if you Google dark rim glasses, oh, why did it come here? All right, here we go. You see that? See? And I just typed in dark rim glasses. There's no reason that these are white women. That just so happens to be a coincidence. Well, she don't even have dark rim glasses on. What the hell? That is what it's supposed to look like. That's who's supposed to wear it. That's who's supposed to be wearing dark rim glasses. I'm pretty sure the chicks will probably say that the dudes are attractive too. The dudes that have the dark rim glasses on. I don't know. I got perfect vision. But, or maybe I just need to get my shit checked. But I see well enough. You see this? You see how it accessorizes the existing beauty? It accessorizes the existing beauty. Now, this chick right here, she probably had her day and she just kept the glasses on for like 50 years. She put the glasses on. She put the glasses on when she was 20 and she just kept them on 50 years. But anyway, y'all see my point. So look at that. And look at you. Look at you. Just saying. All right. Now, let's listen to what she has to say.
And out there, they keep hollering about they going out of the country to get them a wife. Y'all want me to talk? Y'all baby mama say, y'all better sit y'all ragged asses down because you owe child support. And they don't let y'all get no passports. So it don't look like y'all going nowhere. So you might want to sit down and be content and do right and find you a black girl right here in this great United States.
This chick said, do right. And for whatever reason, doing right is doing her. Doing right is doing a black woman here in these United States. That is doing right. Somebody said, I'll go to Utah. Puerto Rico is, you don't need a passport for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, U.S. territory, Puerto Rico. It's likely to become the 51st state. Puerto Rico. Where do we go? Puerto Rico. She said, do right and get with a black woman in the United States. Now, listen at who she's talking to. And that's the thing. Listen at who she is talking to. She is talking to a man who owes child support. That is where this is who they are pleading to. This is their dick supply. This is their dick supply. Their dick supply is the men who are broke and plan to be broke for the rest of his life, and the dudes who owe back child support. You owe back child support, so you have to stay. Now, notice one thing about these chicks. They don't want you to want them. They want you to say you have no choice. You have no options. They're not selling themselves. They're selling you on the concept that you have no choice. They're selling you on the concept of you're stuck here. You're too broke for a more beautiful woman. You can't leave because of child support court. You are stuck here. You are stuck in the middle with this bitch. You are trapped in this mud, in this Mississippi mud, and it's not red dirt or red clay. This is mud. You eating this shit. You eat this mud, eat it. That is what they are trying to do to you. They are trying to, they don't want you to want them. They want you to have to be with them. And then listen to what she said. She said, stay here in America and get yourself a black woman. Why? Why would you limit your already limited options to only 13% of the female population? So let's be clear. I would limit myself to 13% of the female population if they were the best 13%. So I'm not gonna, speak up or down on any. Well, I'll just throw it out there. I'll just say deltas, right? Say you go to a university where deltas is the hottest chicks on campus, right? They're only 13%, but they're the hottest chicks on campus. And then they just say, okay, listen, if you're going to be in this fraternity, then you can only get with a delta. Then it's like, hey, okay, bet. That is a good thing. That is a good deal. Now, let's flip it. And let's just say the Omega Moves, that big girl sorority from Revenge of the Nerds. Let's just say the Omega Moves said the same thing. They said you can only get with this sorority. It's like, oh, wait a minute. It is a campus full of chicks. Sorority, not sorority. It is a campus full of chicks. Why am I limiting myself to you? Why would she feel that just because a dude is landlocked, he, for whatever reason, whether he's a felon, whether he owed back child support or something like that, for whatever reason, he's stuck here. Why would you assume that that he would be stuck here and have to deal with a black woman? Why? Why would you assume when there's another 87% of the female population? Why would you assume that he wouldn't just go with the other 87% of the female population? You think that they're stupid. And I get it because, they didn't go through the procedure of smartening. And you see, make no mistake, fellas. I'm talking to you fellas that didn't go through smartening. It's not your fault. Hit the like button. It's not your fault that you didn't go through smartening. Your mama did not put you through smartening. She made sure that you didn't go through the procedure of smartening so you can be fleeced by her future daughter-in-law. That is it. That is all. She made sure that you did not go through smartening. She made sure that if there was a man in your life, whether he be a teacher, whether he be a neighbor, whether he be a coach of some sort, a tutor, whatever, any male influence that went through a process of smartening, she would keep you away from him. Even if she got like a stepdaddy, she would leave that dude. Because she don't want anybody smartening up her son. Many of you were not. They put you through a perpetual cycle of dumbing to where y'all are missing the whole 87% of the female population. Y'all are missing 87. You have to go through a serious process of dumbing to miss 87% of anything. If your house was 87% burnt, and you only seen the 13% that wasn't burnt, then you went through a process of dumbing. And she's mad that this system is crumpling down. This system where you raise men to be chattel to some bitch like you. That whole process is going down, to where you can convince men to ignore 87% of of the American population of females and 100% of the international population of females. That process is going down, and you know it. They are now realizing it at 24. Your day is over. You grew up in the stepdaddy era, and you still don't have a stepdaddy. You are fucked, and y'all are scraping for dudes. That is how desperate and empty your vagina is. Y'all are scraping for dudes that owe back child support. Y'all are trying to have babies with guys that already owe back child support. That is essentially what you're saying. You are desperate. All right. Let me continue.
So, quick question for this ignorant broad.
Okay,
what
that's
about
Chantel.
the
I want to play it again. Salute to Chantel Simone.
Black men out there that keep hollering about they going out of the country to get them a wife. Y'all want me to talk? Y'all baby mama say, y'all better sit y'all raggedy asses down because you...
And listen to how she's talking to them. Y'all raggedy asses down. That sit your raggedy asses down is something that that bumpkins say to children. That these, and when I say bumpkins, this isn't a shot at you brothers from the South, but y'all be saying some stuff. Grandma say stuff like that. Every now and again, my grandma from Louisiana, she say some country ass shit. She just say some, and yeah, raggedy ass is something that they say. And keep in mind that this is grandma. So I never really heard her. Oh, and by the way, grandma was pick me. Grandma was pick me then or is pick me then I don't know what. But and she would never, not in like all the 80 plus years that she known grandpa, she would never say sit your raggedy ass down to grand. That is oh man, that is just unheard of. That is just unheard of that she would talk to a man like that. Particularly grandpa, but she wouldn't even talk to my father that way once he became adult. Like that, she just don't talk to grown men like that. So when you hear talk like this, it's because they talk to grown men like children. They are talking to grown men like children. Sit your raggedy ass down. And then she said that your baby mama says that. meaning that your baby mama has authority in your life, and she's using that to tell you to sit your raggedy ass down. Encouraging women to go out and make baby dads out of niggas. Oh, dang, it's 107. All right. Okay, I'm doing this a lot longer than I expected. Hit the, let me see where the likes at. But she's encouraging, she's like, okay, if we don't get these dudes on some paper, then they're gonna leave. So she is upset that the deadbeat dads are talking about leaving too. But you see how in tune with society they are? Or you see how out of touch with society they are? You are scraping at the bottom. Do you know what small percent of black men who owe back child support? First of all, I guess only 50 or 46% even have children. And many of them are in healthy relationships with the child's mother. And then there are the ones who are in the unhealthy relationship with the child's mother who don't owe any child support. And then there's a small subset of that actually owes back child support. And even then, they can leave too. They could leave once the child is of adult age, or they could just leave when they pay the child support. But that is how desperate they are. These chicks are used to scraping the bottom. And I'm not saying that if you owe back child support, you are the bottom. I'm just saying that if that's her first choice in men, then really, but that's not your first choice in men. You want to know who your first choice in man is? Me and my penis. But you can't have it, and you know this. You know this. You have given up hope in my penis a long time ago. Why? Because you understand that I can either do better or not do worse. And that is what you worried about. You worry that because I went through a process of smartening. And you want to know what my process of smartening told me? It taught me a lot of physics, calculus, and all kind of other shit, you know. But in addition to the process of smartening, it taught me that just because, or even when I can't do better, I don't have to do worse. I repeat, even when I can't do better, I don't have to do worse. You know this, and you know that there is a certain tier of penis and peni that is not available to you. Now that you know that level of peni is not available to you, what are you doing about it? You're getting ornery. You're upset now that the level of penis that was once available to you, because they throw in their dick in despair. Now that you have realized that, you're getting ornery. And that's where you find yourself. All right, let me see. Because y'all don't be hitting the like buttons unless I go and check it. All right, y'all good on the
So
like side.
Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt.
I hate that commercial. I hate that commercial. Like, that commercial. So there's a commercial out there on YouTube where when they talking about a t-shirt, and it's like a dude, and he, like, to me, just the way he slapped him, you don't just stop making it seem cool to just slap a grown-ass man like that. What the fuck? That was just weird. That was just weird. Maybe the t-shirts is cool, I don't know. But y'all know that because they playing that commercial everywhere. Anyway, back to this chick. They are trying to get you at your worst. Huh? You can get a passport up to $1,200. Man, I don't think I spent that much on my passport. I think I spent it was like 60 to 300. It was somewhere in between there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. But I do think that I would miss it. Like 1,200 would hit hard enough to where I would know it was gone. And when I got my passport, I didn't know it was gone. So I didn't, you know, I didn't like think, if I don't remember how much it cost, then it wasn't that expensive. And $1,200, I would remember how much that cost. So yeah, that was more like it. It was like $240 to $250 or something like that. Pablo, that's how it was for me, but I don't know. It's probably like a different place and time. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about with back child support. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't have any kids, but yeah. But y'all trying to trap dudes. See, this is all to avoid those 3 B's. Those 3 B's. The 3 B's. Be a better. Oh, that's right. They got them on the DMV thing now. In fact, I should get one of those. In fact, I probably got it. I probably got it. Hold on. Yep, I got it. So if you live in California and you got it to where and you just got to pay a little bit extra. You got like a gold bear in the top right-hand corner. I think, look it up. I think that is your passport too. That doubles as a passport. The gold bear with a star on it. I think that doubles as your passport. So yeah. So I got that and the regular. But yeah, I forgot about that. They had a real ID now. So if I lose one, I still got the other. But it's not that expensive, fellas. And this is, see, here's the thing. They're not going to try to get you to want to stay. They're not going to do those 3 B's. They're not going to be a better bitch. They're not. They're saying, you know something? I'm going to be a worse bitch, and I'm going to try to convince you by any means necessary to stay with my worst bitch self. That is what they are going to try to do. They're going to try to do like this chick here. They're going to try to convince you, or try to convince more attractive women to become hoes. They're going to try to do that. They're going to, oh, Chantel's still alive, or am I tripping? Okay, well, salute to her. They're going to try to convince men to stay because you can't afford more attractive women here. So stay with my ugly ass. Or child support won't allow you to leave. You know, them people won't allow you to leave. So you need to stay. And while you're here, don't get with Amish women. Don't get with Latin women. Don't get with African women. Don't get with East African women. Y'all know how I like that. Don't get with them East African women. I like them East African women. But shout out to the West too. Shout out to the West too. I'm just saying, those East Africans. And I'm not talking about Kenya or Uganda. No, I'm talking about Eritrea and Ethiopia. Shout out to them. We got a lot of those out here. Like, she's not saying get with one of those. Nope. She's saying that you got to stay and deal with the American black woman because you owe back child support. That is ridiculous. They're not going. Certain chicks, especially the older ones, they are not going to go through a process of betterization. And the reason why they won't go through a process of betterization is because it won't help. It won't help. It will only get you so far. And let me show you what I mean. Let me show y'all what I mean by it will only get you so far. All right, so this is Melanie King. As I understand it, she is like in her 40s or some crap like that. She went through a process of a physical betterization. And that's with all the nips and all the tucks and all the dicks and all the sucks. This is where she wound up. This is the best a woman can get at that thing, at this stage in life. And I'm not going to say anything negative about her looks. I'm not, because she paid a lot and she got a lot. What I will say is that even still, she's a single mother who is very likely past childbearing years, which means that her value is extraordinarily reduced. Her long-term mating pool is extraordinarily reduced. It can only get you so far. So they do not want to deal with that. I'm not going to play semantics. She is a woman who is single. She is a mother who is single. No, well, actually, I will play semantics because divorced mother is a higher tier of woman if and only if he initiated the divorce and or there was beating involved. And when I say beaten, I'm talking beaten. I'm talking Chris Brown beaten. I'm not talking about he shook me because I was screaming hysterically. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about he pulled my hair too hard, and some of it came out. I'm not talking about that. You knew he was a freak when you married him. I'm not talking about he bite me too hard. You knew he was a freak when you married him. He spanked me too hard. I said the safe word while he was in mid swat, and then he hit it right after the spank, after the safe word. Even though he began the smacking process during the safe word, he should have stopped on a dime right then. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual abuse. Yeah, exactly. It has to be a trailer park beating. Unless that is okay, then that's fine. If the ex initiated it, that's fine. I'm not going into details. The point is that it's reduced. It's reduced. No matter what, it is a used automobile, even if it was gently used, and even if it is a Mercedes, it's still not as good as new. Now they come to that realization. So what they are doing is they're resorting into tactics. And that's the thing. That is what's bothersome. And I'm not talking about Melanie King because I'm not really familiar if she used tactics or anything like that. But a lot of the women who are of the less hot variety resort to tactics. They resort to tactics in order to seduce a mate. Now, speaking of chicks who are over 40 and who look for a husband from their reserves, from the dudes that they wasn't interested in before, but they know that these dudes were going to wait around, and then they got married in their 40s and say like, haha, I'm a wife, and they're fat. So a couple of women who has a channel who's somewhat adjacent to these spaces. And I haven't watched this channel in a while. And somebody brought it to my attention, sent me a message and brought it to my attention that they had some stuff to say about your boy, right? So, like a year ago. So those of you who watched me for more than a year know that I accept challenges. I offer challenges and I accept challenges. And I'll play an example of when I did that. Like, for example, when we was having this whole game war, whatever you want to call it, like the game versus lame or whatnot, and I just straight out said, all right, well, challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. If you have all the game in the world and I'm the lamest nigga in the world, then let's put it to a test, and we'll get some people and we'll go out. There are people here in the Bay Area. There are people in the Bay Area that people trust that will say, if I'm lying or something like that, and we'll just go and count like junior high kids who get the most numbers and shit like that. So that was the actual contest that I proposed to a lot of the game dudes. And they declined. So, but the point is that the reason why I said that is because I accept challenges in that regard. I do. So about a year ago, a woman, I forget her name, challenged me, and I shouldn't have accepted this challenge because it was ridiculous. Well, the part that was difficult, and then the part that you don't know is difficult. I made it more difficult, and I'm about to explain that. So the part that was that she challenged me to call a chick up that I had sex with. Now that's difficult in and of itself because you are subjecting a woman who don't know that I'm GameChanger to some foolishness, and it would greatly lessen the possibility that you would have sex with her, or that I would have sex with her again, because I subjected her to foolishness. So, I shouldn't have accepted it on that basis, but I don't like being challenged with shit like that, so I took the bait. The part of the challenge that you don't know is that I had to find somebody who fits that description, who I was intimate with, that didn't know my name. Because the way it was set up was I had to call them on the spot. So I didn't give her time to prep. And I, once again, shouldn't have accepted this challenge, which means that I would have to call, and then they won't answer and say, oh, hi, GameChanger's real name. How you doing? So that made it extremely difficult, because most people that I'm still in contact with, that I've had sex with, know my name. They know my real name. And, if you call, just like, I got doxxed on Bernard's when I called my friend. But, so I was tasked with finding somebody who I was intimate with that didn't know my first name. And I accepted the challenge. It was a woman that I had met years ago online, and the hope was that she didn't know my real name. She just knew my online name. And I was right in that regard. Now, because I was making such an effort, and she barely knew it, things just kind of went off the rails, right? But they use that as a reason to say that, okay, I'm going to be an example of lame. And the whole strategy there was to say that, because I have traveled abroad, was to try to present an image that traveling abroad is something that lame dudes like myself do. Okay. I'm going to go with that, right? For the sake of this conversation, I am going to accept the title of lame Miss Nigga Alive, right? I'll accept that title. Fellas, listen me and listen me good. And this isn't from the point of view of somebody who just know people who traveled, or know people through my travels. This is somebody who lives in, I don't want to say the area I live in is quite so much a melting pot, but it is a melting pot compared to other places. So, and I work in an industry where there's a lot of international people. And one common thread, no matter what type of Asian you are, and even white, American white and European white, one thing that's consistent amongst all cultures other than ours is that there is nothing lamer than marrying a fat ass, ugly bitch that cannot bear children and has already bared somebody else's children. There is nothing lamer than that. No matter how lame you try to paint the image of somebody for traveling and finding companionship abroad, there is nothing lamer than doing what I just described. There is nothing lamer than dipping your dick in Mississippi mud. There is or red clay. There is nothing lamer than that. Actually, the only thing that's lamer is waiting your whole damn life to do it. There is nothing lamer than that. That is the epitome of lame. If you ask an enemy, what is the lamest thing that a man can do? Marry a fat bitch with somebody else's kids. There's nothing lamer than that, my friend. That is the lamest thing that you could do. Why would you marry somebody else's kids? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? You work your whole life to become a high-earning man, and this is what you do to your penis? Shame on you. I curse you. You do not deserve to be in my store. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. That is what the Indians will say. What will the Chinese say? The Chinese will say, you have dishonored yourself and your family. You have dishonored me, and you have dishonored the Shaolin Temple. Confucius says in the unwritten tablets, never marry a fat ass bitch from Mississippi. That is an ancient Chinese secret. Before there was a place called Mississippi, Confucius says, do not marry fat bitches from the land where the dirt is edible. There will come a time where a great river runs through a land and the dirt is edible. Do not marry fat bitches from there. If so, you are lame. You are to protect the sacred rights of your little penis and only put it in women that can both flip and float. If you do not do this, you are lame. And you will be cursed with golden teeth, a big dick, and a limited vocabulary. You are lame if you do this. These are the words of Confucius. Tell a Japanese man what he has to say about marrying old fat bitches. I asked a Japanese man one time, hey, Fuchikawa-san, would you marry a 40-plus fat bitch with kids? You know what he said? Kamehameha! This dude said, Kamehameha. And he said it like he was charging up. He said it like he was just charging up. I thought I was going to get hit with something. I thought I was going to get hit with a Kamehameha way. He said, Kamehameha nah. Hell nah. That's his way of saying, hell nah, I ain't doing that shit. Y'all heard about that one Japanese dude that had to commit, what's that called? Bushido, I think it is. Oh, seppuku. He had to commit seppuku because his family found out that he married a fat black chick from Mississippi. This dude, he actually had to commit seppuku. See, y'all don't realize how culturally wrong it is to do this shit. How do you think they picked their kamikazes? They picked their kamikazes from the dudes that was married to fat bitches. They was like, listen, you gotta go. You gotta go, but if you're gonna go, then this is the way to go. But we're not gonna have a population of niggas that marry fat ass bitches, later in life. We're not gonna have that shit. So here's a plane. There's no landing gear. Figure it out. That's how they picked. Like, nah, I seen your wife. You got something to fight for. You don't. You have nothing to come back to, nigga. You gotta go. Kamikaze style. I almost got into a Russian dude for bringing that shit up to him. I was like, hey, would you marry an overweight woman with fake hair from Mississippi with kids? You know what he said to me? I must break you. Like, oh, my bad. Hey, I'm just curious. I was just taking a survey. I must break you. Like, oh, shit. My bad. I know y'all be having 11 brothers and shit. My bad. I didn't mean to insult you. I asked a Frenchman if he would ever do that crap. And he was about to challenge me to a duel. He was about to challenge me to a duel over that shit. I seen him take his gloves off. I seen him take his gloves off. I was like, oh, nah, shit. I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do this nigga over something like that. It's just a question. The question was so insulting. All cultures, I was in like the deepest, darkest, jungles of the Congo. And I asked them, would they do that with a chick from Mississippi? And then he was like, no. I was like, excuse me? He said, no. I was like, for real? You wouldn't, from Mississippi? No. But she has a whole house with air conditioning? No. Everywhere you go, the answer is no, except here. Except here. But they tried to like make it. Listen, there is nothing lamer. There is nothing lamer than doing that. And that is what you're trying to convince men that it is lame to go to a place where beautiful women exist. It wasn't lame in high school. So, at the time and place that I grew up, and this is everywhere. This is anywhere in the major cities of the world. But I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in Oakland. In the time in Oakland has 6 public high schools. There was one, ours was cool, but our chicks were cool at the school I went to, at the high school I went to. but their chicks were cooler. Their chicks were hotter. Probably because they're in the hills. So people from Oakland know which school I'm talking about. They're in the hills, and the people there tend to be wealthier. Now they would be millionaires if you live in Oakland Hills. And which means that they're rich, their wives was probably sexy, and their daughters are the result of rich men and sexy women. So it was a high oh, see, y'all saying it in the chat room. Okay, so it was a high, so maybe it's still true. Maybe it's still true. This was true in the 90s. They had the hottest. So they had a high concentration of attractive women. And I didn't go there. I didn't go to Scotland. However, what I did, and what a lot of young men did, was made sure that we went to the games that they played. Meaning it's my high school versus that high school. And I was like, oh, crap, I'm going. You know, I know it's going to be some pretty chicks there. You know, I know that. I go, as a man, I go where there's a higher probability of me getting with a more attractive woman. There is nothing lame about that. There is nothing lame about that at all. That is just biological. That is biological. You want to know what's lamer than that? Staying behind and waiting about 30 years to fuck a Mississippi mud monster. That is the that is the lamest thing you can do. Going to a place where attractive women exist is not lame. I repeat, going to a place where attractive women exist is not lame at all. So they were trying to put it off as like, yeah, like Boyce, exactly. Like Boyce, and then, okay. Personally, if I got shot down 12 times by chicks at my high school, I would have asked girls from that high school because I'm not an idiot. But the lamest thing you can actually do is shoot down the 4 homely sisters and then wait about 35 years and then get with one of, well, anyway. All right. But yesterday, the whole shaming, the whole passive aggressive nature of the conversation was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous, where it was like, and I haven't watched this show in forever. I haven't watched this show. I'm assuming that they invoked my name because it was an attempt to like boost. I don't know if it's doing well or not well or whatnot. You know, shout out to Crimson Cure. I know her stuff took off, but I don't know. I don't know why it was done. Well, actually, I probably do. And I think I may have inadvertently insulted them, but that wasn't my intention. My intention was to, you know, talk about the dude who I cut ties with and his situation. But since that tactic is used, of, you know, picking your last pick at the end of the line, then it appeared as if I was talking about them. So maybe that's it. Who knows? But anyway, let's see. Wasn't here. Okay, I'll find it. But anyway, the passive aggressive way that they were doing this was they would say stuff like, you know, oh yeah, you know, I think it's smart for you to find love other places, especially if you're lame, you're awkward, you're ugly, you're fat, you're short, you're uncharismatic, you're blah 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 blah. Basically, she's saying that in order to travel, you must first embrace the moniker of you are unappealing here. That is what she was trying to get at. Like, oh no, if you're unappealing here, then you should go there. How about you just go there? How about you just go there? Like, I didn't go to the basketball games, you know, of the other high schools. Well, I only went when they played our school, but still, I didn't go to those because I was unappealing, particularly to my high school. I went there for the reason that all the other boys went through there, and that's because the girls there were more appealing. It's not a matter about how appealing you are. It's a matter of how appealing they are. That is how that works. So the whole shaming tactic, my dear, it is just a better deal. It is not only is it a better deal than the one you are offering. Now, when I say you, I'm talking about the individual you. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the collective you. It is a better deal than you can collectively offer, than you are capable of offering this generation. And here's why I say that. It's okay. Say there's a dude, right? Fuck it. Let's go with this. Let's say, where's he at? Where's he at? Hit that like button. Let's say Keith Lamont here, right? Now, Keith Lamont was in a specialized group. I don't know if it was Rangers or something like that, but he was in the military and he's highly specialized and he has experience in his specialty, right? As a combatant. Now, if he was to say, hey, next time you're in Dallas, let's get together and go paintballing, right? I would say, listen, it's too late for me to sharpen my skills to your level. You have been trained at this for well over a decade. This is what you do. I do not have the time to prepare myself to properly compete with you in that particular field, in that realm. Most American women have been trained and bred for independence more than anything, while other women were trained and bred to be a helpmate to someone. So for that reason, they're not collectively going to be prepared. Now, what they can do is be the best at where they that they can, and hopefully proximity works to their advantage. Another example, right? I'm a frugal man. Everybody knows this. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go because I don't know who that was on the phone. I'm kind of curious, so I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go. So there was a place, or there's a place that's maybe like 2.5 miles away from where I live, where the gas is $4.65. Now, this is a hidden treasure. This for where I live, that is a hidden treasure. That is just like a gem. That is just like a wow, where gas, like right next to me is like 5.23 or something like that, or 5.25. So sometimes I have to ask myself, is it worth it to travel for a better deal? Is it worth it to travel those 2.5 miles for that better deal, considering that I'm burning gas for that better deal? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is worth it to travel. Is it 79 octane? Man, it costs like 79 octane, ain't it? Yeah. It's better to travel many times for that deal. Do I buy the more expensive gas from time to time? Absolutely. Can I afford the more expensive gas? Yes, I can. But I am not going to ignore that their premium gas costs less than their regular gas, than the closer regular gas. Now, All we're saying is, listen, if that gas costs $4 anything, even if it was $4.99, even if the closer gas was $4.99, then yeah, maybe I would go more often. Maybe I would consider that to be like my permanent gas spot. Yeah, exactly. When you fill up, like if I'm just like topping it off, like, you know, I got 3/4 in and I want to just fill it up, then I'll go to the more expensive one because it's only like a quarter of a tank. But yeah, it's not an indictment. The only thing it says about you, if you do stuff like that, is that you understand value. No, 2 miles won't put a dent in the gas tank, you know. You understand value. You went through a process of smartening and you did a whole value benefit assessment. And you made a choice accordingly. So they try to paint the narrative of you're so lame that you had to do this. Listen, even if you are lame, and there's nothing wrong with being lame. Like, I mean, you're born and that's what you are. But let's just say you are lame, right? And let's just say whatever. Let's call it mojo, right? Like Austin Powers. Let's just say you are a person who was born with little mojo. I know dudes who was born with like a lot of mojo and the women just flocked to them, like literally. And it wasn't because of something they read in a stupid book or they went to be a dating coach or to learn from a dating coach. They just had a lot of mojo. Oh, and they traveled. And they traveled too. But anyway, that's here nor there. Let's just say your mojo level is on a 3 out of 10. Or let's just say it's at a 4 out of 10, right? And here, the best you can get because your mojo is at a 4 is a 2.5. That is the best you can get because your mojo is at a 4 here in the States. However, even with your mojo at 4, you can take it to elsewhere and get a 6, then you should take it elsewhere. Now, let's just say your mojo is twice that. Your mojo is twice that. Your mojo is 8. And here, your mojo, you know, and your kojo, will get it, Boris Kojo. Anyway, your mojo and your kojo will get you anywhere between a 6 and an 8 here. But you take your 8 mojo anywhere else, and it will get you anywhere between an 8 and a 10. Or a number of 8 and 10s. No matter what, it's a better deal all around. Just like if you're putting $40 in a tank, $40. If you're putting $40 in a tank and the gas is $5.25, or you're putting $80 in a tank and the gas is $5.25, it's still a better deal to get the gas that is $4.65. No matter what you're putting in, you're going to get more out of it. So the whole notion of trying to shame somebody and making them feel like they're putting in less or that they don't have enough to put in, that means nothing. That means nothing, because it's not a matter of their input. It's a matter of the feminine output. That is why brothers travel, for greater feminine output. The feminine output in the States is low. And in Mississippi, it is dirt low. Mississippi dirt. In Mississippi, it is dirt low. It is at the bottom. Like, yeah. So I can understand. If you spend your whole life trying to convince dudes to not travel outside of Mississippi, Of course, you're going to use that same logic to try to get dudes to travel outside of the country. Because let's face it, fellas, and once again, I know I pick on Mississippi dudes a lot. But shout out to MOT. Once you travel out of Mississippi, you don't want to mess with a Mississippi chick. Unless you're lame. But unless you traveled to Arkansas, you can do better than a Mississippi chick. All right, let me see. Let me see if I can find that whole thing that I did with Steve the Dean. Hold on, give me a second. Because I want to point out this last thing about game dudes and that dynamic before I go. All right. I should have queued it up before I started, but that would mean I would have to be prepared, and y'all know I don't do that all the time. So if Zone can help me out, that one-on-one I had with Steve the Dean where he tried to get with the one chick and I did the same, I would greatly appreciate that. So, all right, let me see if I can find it. Where are all these drafts here? All right. All right, let me check one more time from the beginning. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just go to my thing and type in Steve the Dean. Well, Steve, yeah, I did several videos on him. I'm not even gonna go over it. But anyway, basically, it was a because y'all know how I just said that I like being challenged, or if somebody throw a challenge out there, I will accept it. To just squash certain narratives, just like that last one that those chicks reviewed. But anyway. So I accepted this challenge. He was like, I challenged dudes to try to outgame me. And then he tried to pull a chick and got shot down. And I tried to pull a chick and it was accepted. So that happened. But the reason that I did this, because there's always got to be a reason behind it. The reason that I did this is to show it's not a matter of inability to get quality. Just because somebody wants something of higher quality that does, just because a person, let's just take Cameron Sanders for example, right? Just because a person wants to wear expensive clothes, it doesn't mean that they were naked before that they was just walking around with a loincloth before that. It doesn't. It means that they just want the best value for their dollar. That means that they are intelligent, and that means that they went through a process of smartening. So with that, I'd like to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who listen silently and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.